A very good morning, students. Students, today we will be learning the poem Lochinvar. This poem is written by Sir Walter Scott. This poem is between the border of Scotland and England, and it's a ballad. A ballad is a song or a poem which conveys a stories, it says short stories in form of a song or a poem. And in this ballad we have important characters as Lochinvar, the main hero of this poem, Ellen, his you can say the girl, the love of his life, his beloved, then Ellen's father, mother, and her cousins, and the bridegroom. Before we get into the poem, I would like to tell you the story about Lochinvar. Lochinvar was the knight to the king, and he was a brave knight. Knight are the soldiers who are very much near to the king, and they are brave. They're known for their bravery. They're known for the extraordinary warfield fairs. If I have to compare Lochinvar, I have to say we can compare him to Bahubali. You all might have watched the movie Bahubali. His immense, we can say, is the way his warfare ideas, the way he fought 100 people all alone. So the same way Lochinvar was, and you can see her Ellen and Lochinvar, and he really loved Helen with all his mind, heart, and soul, and he really wanted to marry her. In return, he asked her father to marry Helen, but her father refused, to say that he didn't want his daughter to get married to a knight. So he accepted, he respected his father, and he said, okay, I shall not come. Then it came time for to meet. He met her. Here you can see Helen is meeting Lochinvar, and where she's trying to convince him, and then he is moving towards the warfare. He's going towards his war. You can see him, he's dressed in his war. And then she bids him farewell bye, and he promises her to come back again. Here you can see then what happens is, in this course of time duration, Ellen gets engaged to some other bridegroom, and she's getting married here. This is a marriage party where it is going on. You can see her, they all are partying together, and all of a sudden surprise, there comes Lochinvar. You can see here he is offering her a drink, and he offers to dance with her. And Lochinvar's father comes, Ellen's father comes to Lochinvar and says he doesn't want anything happening over here. But then Lochinvar says, I have just come in peace, and I have come just to have my last dance and a last toast with Ellen, as the memories of the days, the days he spent with her. And then all don't have any objection, and these both, he offers her a drink, and they both dance and dance together the whole ball night. And then what happens is, as you all know, he is a knight, and he is a really this. And here what happens is, he dances and dances and dances, and he takes her to the door, and dancing he takes to the door. And then what he does is, he puts on the horse and rides away fast. He, the whole party, they in the whole ball, they dance, and they dance throughout the whole ball. And at last, very trickily, he takes her to the door, and he takes her and flies away. Flies away, I mean to say, he just takes her and rides away or her on the horse, and they reach so far that nobody can reach them. So this is a small summary of the whole poem Lokenvar. A beautiful poem which is telling us about the uh, very brave knight, how he fought for his love and how he achieved his love. And children, like, I would like to read the poem for you all. It is by Sir Walter Scott. And here, O young Lochinvar is come out of the west. Through all the wide border, his stead was the best. And save his good broadsword, he weapons had none. He rode all unarmed, and he rode all alone. So faithful in love and so dauntless in war, then never was knight like the young Lochinvar. So the first paragraph is telling us Lochinvar, who is he? He is coming from the west. Through all the wide border, his stead was the best. So they are telling he is the best in all ways. And save his good broadsword, his weapons had none. So he came without any weapon. He did not have any weapon with him. He only had his sword. His sword is his pride. It is his identity that he is a knight. He is a king's knight. And rode all unarmed and rode all alone. He did not come with any soldiers with him. He just came all by himself alone as a big hero. So faithful in love and so dauntless in war. There never was a knight like young Lochinvar. So like he had many girls after him. There were many people who were ready to be his bride. But then he was so faithful in love. He only wanted to marry Ellen and nobody else. He stayed not for brake and he stopped not for stone. He swam the Erskine river where ford there was none. But ere he alighted at Nethergate, the bride was consterned, the gallant came late. For a lagged in love and a dastard in war was to weed the fair Ellen to brave Lochinvar. So here they're talking about the bride. So she is waiting for him. He crossed the river Esk. He crossed and he did not see for anything. He just went to the nearby gate where the hall was there where she was getting married. She was just in her constant she was just looking at the door, thinking whether he'll really come, whether he'll come to take her. And when the moment she saw him, her eyes were enlightened with a lot of positivity, a lot of expectation. She said, at last he made it to come. And she knew if he's come, he's just not come to party, he's not come in peace, he's going to take her and go. So boldly he entered the nearby hall among bridesmen and kinsmen and brothers and all. Then spoke the bride's father, his hand on his sword. For the poor caravan bridegroom said never a word. O come in peace here or come in war, or to dance or to dance at a bridal young Lord Lochinvar. So he is asking here in this third paragraph, they are asking, for what did you come? Did you come in war or did you come to take the girl or for what? Then they say did you come in? He says, I came in only to dance with the bride for the last time and to be in peace. I have not come in war. I long would your daughter my suit you denied. Love swells like this whole way, but ebbs like its tide. And now I come with this lost love of mine, to lead but one measure drink, one cup of wine. There are maidens in Scotland, more lovely and far, that would gladly be bride to the young Lochinvar. So here he is telling, I have just come to take a drink with your daughter, and a cup of drink, it means a cup of respect, a cup of memory. Sometimes when you go into peace with people, or when you have some tussle, or to be have to make new friendship, to make new relations, that time they say, let's have a drink, one cup of wine together. It's just to say, like, let's start a new beginning. So he meant to say, I have just come to start a new beginning. Then he's saying here, there are maidens in Scotland more lovely and by far. So he's telling there are more beautiful maidens in Scotland who are more beautiful than Ellen, that would gladly be bride of the young Lochinvar. So he's telling they'll be very happy to be his bride. The bride kissed the goblet, the knight took it up. He grasped off the wine and threw down the cup. She down to blush, and she'd look up to sight, with a smile on her lips and a tear in her eye. He took her soft hand, her mother could bar. Now tread a measure, said young Lochinvar. So now he took the cup of wine, and then what he did is, he went, okay, and he threw the cup down. She took, and she was blushing because she knew what he is supposed to do. And because she knew that, like, no, he is surely going to take her out now. She has to not get married to that other bridegroom, but she's going to marry the love of her life, the Lochinvar. So then, with a smile on her lips and a tear in her eye, she had given up hope, and there was a smile and there was a overjoyed tear in her eye. She took off her soft hand, and her mother could bar. Now tread a measure, young, said Lochinvar. So he just offered to dance with her in the party. So stately in his form, and so lovely her face, that never a hall such a galley did grace. While her mother did fret, and her father did fume, and the bridegroom stood dangling his bouquet and plume, to have matched our fair cousin with young Lochinvar. So here they're saying everybody is just standing in their own places doing nothing. They cannot do anything because everybody are looking at Lochinvar and saying, what a beautiful pair. Ellen and Lochinvar looked like as if they are the bride and the bridegroom. The bridegroom was just standing in a place and had no importance at all, because where everybody were praising for the beautiful pair, what was here. One touch to her hand and another word in her ear. When they reached the hall door, and the charger stood near, so light to crop the fair lady he swung so light to the saddle before her he sprung. She won. We are gone over banks, bushes, and score. They all have flat streets that follow your young Lochinvar. So here what he said, when he took her for the dance, he took her for the ball, he just took her hand and said only few words in her ear, and then they went on dancing, and they reached the hall door, and there he just flung her, he just threw her on the horse, and they took the speed, and they reached all the way. There was mountains, mongrams of the northern plain, forests, finwicks, and musgraves. They rode, they ran, they are racing and chasing on Canterbury. But the lost bride of Netherbeer did they see. So daring in love and so dauntless in war, they have heard a glance like young Lochinvar. So they went so fast, they crossed all the valleys, they crossed all the mountains, they crossed everything. But nobody could touch them, nobody could reach them. This is the story of young Lochinvar. It's a poem which conveys the story. Students, I hope you have understood this poem. If you still have any doubts, please call or message me. Thank you and have a wonderful day.